Hello, future leaders. Welcome to Leadership Codex, where leadership truly matters. You have been promoted, the announcement has just gone out, and tomorrow morning you have to walk into a room and address your team for the very first time as their manager. Your palms are sweating, your mind is racing, you are rehearsing what to say, and one question that keeps haunting you: what if I get this wrong? Here is the truth that no one tells you. You will never get a second chance to give your first speech as a leader. So today, let's make sure we get it right. In my last video, we talked about your first 30 days as a manager, which is a foundation for your managerial journey. But there is one specific point or moment in those first 30 days that deserves its own deep dive. It's a moment that shapes how your team will see you for your entire tenure as a manager. It's your first team address. Get it right and you build trust before you even start leading. Get it wrong and you will spend the next 6 months trying to undo the damage. Hi, I'm Varun Bhargava and welcome back to Leadership Codex. I'm on a mission to transform managers into future leaders. Let me share something that I've observed over my 27 years in the corporate world. People remember 3 things about a new manager: the first time they spoke, the first decision that they made, and the first time they handled a crisis. Your first team address is the first one of those 3. And here is why it carries so much weight. Your team has been speculating about you for weeks. Some are excited, some are worried, some have already decided they don't like you. And in the next 15 or 30 minutes, they are going to confirm or change every one of those opinions. Not based on your resume, not based on your title, but based on how you stand, how you speak, what you say, and more importantly, what you don't say. Before the meeting, do your homework well. Find out how many people will be there in the room. What is going to be the tenure mix? Are they mostly veteran or mostly new joiner, or it's a mix? What was the team's recent journey like? Has there been any big wins in recent times or any big losses? Is any reorganization that has happened? What is the mood right now? Are the people anxious, excited, exhausted, or hopeful? You won't be able to give a wedding speech without knowing the couple. Same goes with your team. You cannot give your first address without knowing your team. So before the formal address, have informal conversations with 2 or 3 trusted team members. Just a casual chat. Over coffee, lunch, or just over a quick walk. Ask them, what do you think the team is hoping me to say? What do you think I should address? Is there anything I should absolutely not bring up on day 1? These conversations are gold. They will tell you the temperature of the room before even you walk in. So choose deliberately, in person, hybrid, or virtual, with slides or without. My strong recommendation is to keep it simple. No slides, no projector, just you and your team. Because slides at times can create distance. And on day 1, you need to close distance, not create it. Here is a structure I've seen work again and again and again. There are 5 parts to it. Each one is there with a specific purpose. So let's start. Point number 1. Open with humility. Don't start with achievements. Don't start with your own vision. Don't start with what you're going to change. Start with humility. Try something like, before I say anything, I want to acknowledge that I've heard a lot of great words about this wonderful team. You all have been doing great work long before I joined this team. I'm here to learn from you first. That single sentence does 3 things. Number 1, it signals you are not here to take over. It validates their past work and it positions you as a partner, not a boss. Let's move to the second point. Share who you are. Then and only then talk about yourself, not about your designation, not your past companies, not your education. Talk about who you are as a human being first. Tell them it could be one thing about your personal life that humanizes you. one value you live by, and a small example of where it came from. One thing you're genuinely passionate about. People don't bond with resumes, they bond with the stories. So give them a story which they can remember for their life. Number 3, acknowledge the past. This is the part most new managers skip, and it's a huge mistake which they make. Acknowledge the team's journey before you arrived. If there was a tough year, name it. If there was a big win, celebrate it. If there was a difficult transition, recognize it. Say something like, I know the last year hasn't been easy. I have heard about the specific challenge which this team has gone through. I want you to know I see what you have been through and I respect that. This is not flattery. This is empathy. Number 4, share your approach, not your plan. Here is where most new managers go wrong. They walk in with a 90-day plan and a list of changes. Don't do that. On day 1, you don't share plans, you share principles. Tell them how you will lead, not what you will do. For example, you can say, I will spend the next 30 days listening before I make any decisions. Or you can say, I believe in clarity. So if I'm ever unclear, please call it out. I had rather hear bad news fast than good news slow. These are not policies, these are promises. And promises, when kept, help build trust faster than anything else. Number 5, open the flow. Don't end with a closing speech. End with a question. Try something like this. Before we close, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you would like me to know about this team that I won't find in any document? Then just pause and wait. It will feel awkward. People won't speak immediately. Hold the silence. Let it stretch. Don't fill it. The first person who speaks, listen with your full attention, because how you respond to that person will tell the room everything they need to know about you. Now, let me give you something more valuable. Here are 7 things you should never say when addressing your team for the first time. Number 1, things are going to change around here. This sentence triggers fear and shuts down trust before you have earned it. Number 2, in the last company, we used to do this differently. Nobody cares about your last company. They care about whether you will respect what they have built. Number 3, I'm here to take this team to the next level. This sounds aspirational, but it's actually condescending. It implies the team isn't already at a good level, which they are. Number 4, I have an open door policy. Everyone says this. Almost no one means it. Don't promise an open door. Demonstrate it through your actions over the next 30 days. Number 5, don't worry about your jobs. The moment you say don't worry, they will start worrying. If there is no restructuring planned, just don't bring it up at all. Number 6, I expect 100% from each one of you. This sounds inspiring, but it's actually pressure. Replace it with, I will bring my best and I will trust you to bring yours. Isn't it powerful? Number 7, let's talk about something nobody addresses. How do you actually handle the fear when you are standing in front of a room full of strangers who are going to report to you? Arrive 15 minutes early. Walk into that empty room if possible. Stand where you will stand. Sit where you will sit. Get familiar with the space so it does not feel foreign to you at the moment when you are going to address them. Use the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Right before you walk in, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold on your breath for 7 seconds and breathe out for 8 seconds. Do this 3 times before you start. It will physically calm your nervous system and you will find really help from this. Look at one friendly face first. In every room, there is at least one warm, welcoming face you will find. You have to find that person. Start your first sentence looking at that person. After 30 seconds, your confidence will catch up. Speak slowly, then slower. Nervous speakers rush. Confident leaders pause. Whatever pace feels natural to you, slow it down by 20%. Remember the formula. Slow it down by 20%. Pauses are not weakness, they are authority. Embrace the imperfection. You will stumble on a word. You will lose your place. You might even forget a name. That's okay. That's completely okay. Your team is not looking for perfection. They are looking for a real human being who can make a mistake and whom they can follow. Most new managers exhale and consider it done. That's a missed opportunity. The next 24 hours matter just as much as the speech itself. Send a personal note to each team member. If possible, within 24 hours, send each team member a short personalized note, not a copy paste email. 3 to 4 lines that reference something specific which they have shared or something specific you noticed about them. This single act will set you apart from 95% of managers. Reflect on what worked and what didn't. Sit alone for 15 minutes that evening. Write down. Look at what landed well. Where did I sense resistance? What surprised me? What do I need to address in my next interaction? Don't overanalyze. You will replay parts of the speech in your head. You will wish you had said something differently. Just stop there. It's done. Take the lessons, drop the regret. Leaders, move forward. If you want to remember just one thing from this video, let it be this. Your first address is not about impressing your team. It is about giving them permission to trust you. The greatest leaders I have ever worked with didn't walk in the room as kings. They walked in as fellow human beings who happened to be holding the map. Be that leader. If this video gave you the confidence to walk into that first meeting, hit subscribe button because in the next video, I will go deep into what to do after your first address, how to run your first one-on-one meeting as a new manager, the questions to ask, the traps to avoid, and the structure that builds real connection from day one. And before you go, drop a comment and tell me if you have already given your first team address, what's the one thing you wish you had done differently? And if you haven't yet, what's your biggest fear about it? I will read every comment. The most thoughtful ones become future videos. At Leadership Codex, leadership truly matters. Signing off for now. See you soon with the next video. Thank you for watching.